Hello wonderful people, today we are going to talk about pips in Forex. Knowing what a pip is very fundamental as a beginner Forex trader, as it will help you not to lose money and destroy your PC. Without wasting my time, let's get into it. Understanding what a pip is very important in Forex. It helps you to know how much profit you made on the trade or how much loss you made on a trade. So now, let's go to the most important question. What is a pip? Now, a pip is the change in value of a currency pair. If I talk about currency pair, I mean Euro USD, GBP USD, USD CHF, Euro JPY, etc. These are currency pair. Now, these currency pairs have values at a given time. I'm saying that because the values of the currency pairs are not fixed. They keep changing. So now, how do you find the value of a currency pair? So what you have to do now is to go to your favorite browser. In the search bar, you type tradingview.com. Trading. I have a history of searching for it already, so I think it's just here. All right, so let me choose this one. Now the search results will come and you choose TradingView track all markets. All right, so this is the TradingView interface. You go to products, there'll be a drop down menu, and then you choose super chats. All right, so this is the chat interface for all the currency pairs. So we are looking for Euro USD. So let's go to the top left corner right here. That says symbol search. You click on it and then you search for Euro USD. All right, so there are so many results that comes with so many brokers. All right, so these are all brokers: Techmill, FXCM, Wanda. I just go with FXCM. All right, so this one sorry. All right, so we are here now. If you are looking for the value of Euro USD, this is the value of Euro USD: 1.16351. all right here, 1.16351. This is the current value of Euro USD. So let's use that for our calculations. Now we have been able to find the value of Euro USD as 1.16351. Now bear in mind that all non-JPY pairs have 5 decimal places, but currency pairs ending in JPY have 3 decimal places. Now the value of Euro USD, which is 1.16351. Now let's try and then dissect what this means. Okay, so this number right here, so this number consists of a one whole number, a point, and 5 decimal places. Let's count it: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so one whole number and then 5 decimal places. Now the number at the 5th decimal place is called a pipette. All right, the number at the 5th decimal place is called a pipette. Now that pipette is a fractional pip. It is not considered when you are counting for pips. All right, the last number, which is the 5th decimal place, is not considered when you are counting pips. All right, the reason is that it is too small to affect profit calculations, and it's just a fraction of a pip. So that is the reason why it is not considered. All right, so now anytime that we are doing calculation for pips, we take away the 5th decimal place. All right, so you can see that I've taken that off, considering our first example that we'll do. So let's look at the first example that we have. So if the value of Euro USD drops from 1.1635 to 1.1634. How many pips did it drop to? How many pips did it drop to? I'll give you some time to think about it. A few seconds. All right, so you are right if you say 1 pip. All right, so the drop was just 1 pip. All right, let's look at an example. All right, so the second example, if the value of Euro USD drops from 1.1635 to 1.1335, how many pips did it drop to? All right, so let's work out that one and see how many pips it dropped to. A few seconds. All right, so you are right if you say the answer is 300 pips. All right, because when you subtract 1.1335 from 1.1635, what you have is 300. So the right answer is 300 pips. All right, so let's look at USD CHF. So now this is a different pair, and then you have to find the value of USD CHF. So how do you find the value of USD CHF? Let's look at that. All right, now so we want to know the value of USD CHF. All right, so I've already told you how to go to the trading view chart interface like this. So let's move straight to the top left corner. We're already here, so let's move straight to the top left corner right here, and then let's search for USD CHF. All right, let's choose FXCM as a broker right here. All right, so this is the current value of USD CHF, 0.80628. All right, so now we have been able to ascertain that the value of USD CHF is 0.80628. I've already told you that the last decimal place, which is the 5th decimal place, is not considered when counting for pips. So we always rule that one out. All right, so let's look at our FX example on USD CHF. So if the value of USD CHF drops from 0.8062 to 0.8050, how many pips did it drop to? How many pips did it drop to? So we just have to do a simple subtraction. All right, so we subtract 0.8050 from 0.8062, and then what do you arrive at? So you arrive at 12 pips. So the correct answer, I beg your pardon, is 12 pips. All right, I believe that you have the same answer as well. Let's look at another example. Now, if the value of USD CHF drops from 0.8062 to 0.8000, how many pips did it drop to? All right, so we do our subtraction. 0.8000 minus 0.8062, what do you get? All right, so the answer is 62 pips. I believe that you had it right too. Let's look at another example. This time around, an increase in the value. All right, so if the value of USD CHF rises from 0.8062 to 0.8162, how many pips did it rise to? How many pips did it rise to? All right, so you take the smaller one from the bigger number, and then what do you arrive at? All right, I believe you had 100 pips. All right, bravo if you had 100 pips. Okay, so I believe that you have fully understood the concept of pips when it comes to non-JPY pairs. Now let's look at JPY pairs and let's see how that one too goes. So the pair that I'll choose in this regard is GBP JPY. Okay, so GBP JPY, how do you find the value of GBP JPY? Let's go back to the chart. So in finding the value of GBP JPY, we go to the top left corner and then type in GBP JPY. All right, so choose our broker FXCM. All right, so we can see from here that this is the current value of GBP JPY, 208.534. All right, so we have been able to ascertain that the value of GBP JPY is 208.534. Let's look at how they differ from non-JPY pairs. All right, so I beg your pardon. So the JPY pairs come with 3 whole numbers, that is here the 208, and then a point, and then 3 decimal places with a 534, making the 3 decimal places. Now in this case, the pipet becomes the 3rd decimal place, all right, which is the number 4. It becomes the pipet or the fractional pip, which is not considered when we are counting the pip. All right, so in subsequent examples you will see that I've taken the 4 off and it will be left with 208.53. I hope that is very clear. Now let's look at some examples for us to understand. So our first example, if the value of GBP JPY drops from 208.53, you can see that I've taken the 4 away, so we are only dealing with the 2 decimal places, not the 3rd one. So 208.53 drops to 208.50. How many pips did it drop to? What do you have to do? You have to subtract 208.50 from 208.53, and then what will you get? All right, so he had 3 pips. I believe that he had the same answer as well, so the correct answer is 3 pips. Let's look at the next example. I believe that you are getting it. So example 2, if the value of GBP JPY drops from 208.53 to 207.40, how many pips did it drop to? How many pips did it drop to? A few seconds for you to do your calculation. Okay, let's look at the right answer. The right answer is 113 pips. I believe they had 113 pips. 113 pips is the right answer. Okay, let's look at the last example on GBP JPY. So the third example, this one has to do with the rise in the value. So if the value of GBP JPY rises from 208.53 to 209.23, how many pips did it rise to? How many pips did it rise to? Let me give you a few seconds for you to work that out. What you do is you always subtract the lower number from the bigger number, and then the remainder becomes the amount of pips that you have. All right, so what did you get? All right, so the right amount is 70 pips. 70 pips. I believe that you have understood the concept of pips from currency pairs. I believe that you'll be able to calculate pips on your own now. Now I am going to show you a trick or a tool that you can use on TradingView to ascertain the pips from 2 positions, okay, on a particular pair. So anytime that you are calculating for pips, you do not have to go through the manual way of always doing subtractions or additions or whatever. What you have to do is to pick up that tool and then use it to calculate your pips. Let's go into the chart and let me show you that. All right, so anytime that you are trading, it is not important for you to be calculating the pips manually by doing subtractions. All right, there is a tool on TradingView interface that can actually help you to calculate the pips very easily. So where do you find this tool? So you come to the left hand pane All right, there's a left hand pane. There are so many tools here that we use to trade. What you are looking for is this tool called the measure tool. All right, so you can see the name right there, the measure tool. It looks like a rule. So you click on it. Once you click on it, you can see that it has been highlighted. Once I move my cursor away, you can see that it has been highlighted right there. So that's the measure tool. I beg your pardon. So now you come into your charts. For example, if you want to measure the pip count from this point to this high over here, how do we do it? So I've already clicked on it. So you come to this point, the first point that you want to start from, and then you click on it, and then you move your mouse. You don't drag it, you just move your mouse as easy as it goes to the last point. All right, so this is the last point. All right, so this is the last point that I wanted. So you can click on it again so that your mouse can be free or your cursor can be free. So now in this blue section right here, there are some figures here. All right, there is only one figure that is very important. The rest of them, you will not need them in your trading. All right, so now this is the most important figure that you're looking here, like you are looking for. Sorry, so it's 361. So it's actually telling you that from this point to this point is 361 pips. Point one, the point one is the pipette that we have been talking about that is not necessary. So just the 361 is the most important thing you're looking for. 361 pips, that is the pip count from this point to this point, as easy as it goes. The rest of the things there, you can see 3.6. No, it's not important. There is a percentage change right here, which is not important in your trading. 47 bars, it tells you that from this shaded blue section there are 47 bars inside. 3 days 23 hours, it tells you that it took 3 days 23 hours to reach this point right here. And then the trading volume, which is the last one. So the most important thing that you are actually looking for is the 361 number. That is 360 right after the percentage. 361 pips, that's the meaning. All right, so let's do another one and see. I'll click on it again. This time around I'll be going downwards. Okay, so from this point to this point, let's see. Great. All right, so that's the last point. Click on it again to release your mouse. So I told you that the number right after the percentage is the most important number. This time around, because it's a sell or we are going down, that's why there's a minus there. So how many pips? 105 pips. As easy as it is. The rest of the information here is not important. All right, so I believe that you have gotten the concept of pips. You have understood what it is, how to measure it, and how to even use a tool on TradingView to measure it. There'll be more subsequent videos on Forex or any other thing that you may not understand. Stick around, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll be bringing you more videos on Forex. Thank you.